All right, market wrap up today. So we closed down again. This was the eighth session in a row that was down, and I'm seeing it all over, everywhere. Headlines blaring. Eighth session in a row down. This is the worst thing that ever happened since the crash of 2008. All these gloomy and terrible headlines. Let's just understand something right now. Perspective, again, very important. It brings you back in a place which is more rational. If you think back to June 23rd, that Brexit vote, all right, the S&P closed, I believe it was at 2093 or something like that, and it went down in 2 days 113 points. Okay, so we had a 113 point decline in 2 days. Okay, 2 days. If you think back to that, that was a scary episode. And I told you at that time, you got to buy. This is hysteria. This is emotion run amok. This is people just going nuts, creating some kind of a false story in their heads about Brexit and what it means. Remember, we had people telling Jim Rogers, remember, it's going to be the worst recession of our lifetimes. Still waiting on that one there, Jimbo. So we had that in 2 days. A scary, one of those days we were down over 600 points, followed by, I think, the next day was down another 250 points, something like that. Now, the S&P peaked out recently, August, I believe it was August 25th, just under 2,200, like 2,190 something. Okay, and now we're at 2088. Okay, so it is down almost the equivalent, a little bit less actually. 93, so we're down 93 and 12, 105 points we're down. It has done that in a kind of a slow, meandering fashion. Basically equivalent amount of a decline, not scary like that 2-day Brexit thing, which was, that was a pretty scary decline, but I told you back then, stay in there, buy. Now, if you look now at any sort of reason, if you go out there, and I'm not talking about, I see it through the perspective of my own numbers, the fiscal flows, the things that I look at, the bank credit, etc. If you go out there and search for a reason, if you read the articles, if you read the opinions, if you read, what the analysts and the pundits are saying, what comes up repeatedly as a reason, as an explanation, has been the election. And, really, they're talking about the narrowing of the polls between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And that rationale is completely absurd. Okay, that is not something that is going to affect the economy. That is not, let me repeat, that is not something that is going to affect the economy. So all this is, if you want to step out and look at this scientifically and rationally and not hysterically, you are watching another one of these episodes where people are just going crazy based on nothing, okay? And, like I said in my last video, if you can control yourself and go opposite to these times when people are doing things that are irrational, you will make money. You will profit. I guarantee you. I absolutely 100% guarantee you. This is a non-event. Yes, we lopped 105 points off the S&P over a period of, sort of 3 months. And it was a slow, meandering process. and there were a bunch of worries all wrapped up in there. There were the elections, there was the rate hike fears, there was the dollar rally, but that's a discounting process. That's what the market does. It discounts expectations. So all of these fears and all of these worries and all of these concerns, they're baked in right now. They're in. The market understands this, okay? And if the main rationale for this sell-off is that the polls have narrowed and there's maybe a greater chance that Trump might win, although I don't think he will win, but regardless, even if he does, just looking at the polls and saying that is the reason for the market decline, that is absurd. That is wrong. You are looking at a moment in time, once again, when irrationality is prevailing over rationality. And in the market, that happens very often. Very often. So your job is to stay rational. Your job is to stay focused. Your job is to stay unemotional. Your job is to go against what is happening right now. You have to go against this if you want to make money. If you don't want to make money, then go with it. Now, some of you maybe went with it and you're making some money and you feel all proud and happy about yourself. Good, I'm glad. But those people we never hear about when they get out and they turn the other way, if they ever do. So, this will resolve itself to the upside. I can assure you, this will resolve itself to the upside. We will go back and we will revisit this video at some point in time. This will resolve itself to the upside. What you are seeing right now is a snapshot of people going crazy, of being afraid and dropping everything and running. Remember what I said in the last video. That's what's happening. Face your fears and rise above them. Everything is going to be okay. Believe me, everything is going to be okay. Bye.